Okay, today I'll be talking about Superwoman. So the first thing we'll be talking about is her. So today we'll be talking about her early career.
She entered into a dysfunctional relationship with her teammate Ultraman, but also had an affair with another team. She entered into a dysfunctional relationship with her teammate Ultraman, but also had an affair with another teammate, Alman, while at the same time carrying out another affair with Alexander Luthor, the crime syndicate's greatest enemy and one of the heroes of Earth 3. Although just as brutal and deadly as the syndicate. 1. She also delighted in using her lasso of submission to enslave others to her will, and apparently posed for suggestive photographs taken by her world's James Olsen, in exchange for him doing favors for her, too.
Forever evil. Forever evil.
When the crime syndicate's world was destroyed by a powerful being, they attempted to escape to another Earth. But apart from two of their number, the Outsider and Atomica, Superwoman and the others were held in a kind of limbo for 5 years until their allies brought them over to join them. The Syndicate imprisoned most of the members of the various Justice Leagues in the Firestorm Matrix and began a reign of terror over the world, eliminating any resistance.
Here's the other part.
Superwoman was pregnant, supposedly by Ultraman, but she told Owlman the baby was his. She manipulated both men, trying to make each suspect the other of treachery. And she wiped any records of herself so that Grid could not find out anything about her. When the Injustice League attacked, Superwoman tried unsuccessfully to enslave Sinestro to her will. When some of the League freed the Syndicate's prisoner Mazaz, Superwoman revealed her hand. It was Mazaz who was actually the father of her child, and she had manipulated the rest of the Syndicate into bringing him with them as their prisoner. Superwoman helped Mazaz battle Black Adam and Bizarro, but was taken out of the fight by Adam's lightning. Mazaz was killed by his counterpart Lex Luthor. Owlman escaped and Ultraman and Superwoman were captured and imprisoned. When her counterpart Wonder Woman visited her, Superwoman taunted her that her lasso of truth would not work on her, and gloated that her soon-to-be-born son was destined to bring doom with him. 1.
Darkseid War.
When the Anti-Monitor at last came to Prime Earth and killed Darkseid, several members of the Justice League became gods in the aftermath. The Justice League were left with little choice but to free Ultraman and Superwoman from ARGUS custody, which they did along with a new power ring and the newly Grid-possessed Cyborg. Though initially hostile to them, Superwoman stopped her attack when Owlman returned, telling her that in order to succeed, the Crime Syndicate and the Justice League would have to work together. 4. During the fight against Steve Trevor, who had been forced to absorb the power of the anti-life equation and Grail, Superwoman gave birth to the child of Mazaz. She then used him to drain the powers of both Superman and Luthor while commenting her son was the inheritor of evil and that like his father before him, the child is able to absorb any energy, even that of the gods, with Superwoman also believing her son will be the most powerful being on Earth in this universe or any universe. With her eyes glowing red, Superwoman vowed that they would destroy all who stood in their way, but Grail then used her Omega beams to incinerate Superwoman, killing her with Grail commenting that Superwoman had loved to hear herself talk. When her mother expressed concern for the baby, Grail told her she wouldn't hurt it, and after everything the cow, Superwoman, went on and on about, she would use it the way her mother had used her. She then took the child, which possessed the same ability as Mazaz, and this ability was used to absorb the Omega effect from Lex Luthor as well as the anti-life equation from Steve Trevor, causing her child to become the new Darkseid, with Grail telling her mother death was too good for Darkseid.
Rebirth.
Lena Luthor used Superwoman's DNA mixed with her own to create an army of Bizarro Superwomen. 6. Superwoman and the rest of Earth 3 was resurrected in the multiverse when it decided to heal itself as to how it thought Earth 3 should be. Witnessing the symbol of doom in the sky on their Earth, the crime syndicate learned about Perpetua and started a mass slaughter to gain her notice. Their plan was successful as they gained an audience, and she directed them to lead their people, who had been turned into apex predators, as part of her army. 7. Earth Zero's Jon Stewart. Superman of Earth 23 and Wonder Woman of Earth 6 struck Earth 3 to destroy the tuning fork powering her with anti-crisis energy, after she had taken over the multiverse. As Ultraman and Superwoman fought the defeated Jon Stewart's allies, Owlman decided to betray his team. Since he was already upset at the evil Batman from the dark multiverse taking over Earth Zero and was hesitant at what Perpetua will do when remaking the multiverse. Using a gun made at Quard, he killed both Ultraman and Superwoman. 8.
Infinite.
Superwoman was seemingly restored to life once again by the recreation of the multiverse. However, the history of her world was changed and her place as Superwoman was taken by another. 9. She joined an interdimensional team of villains called Injustice Incarnate to ensure that the worlds of the multiverse would remain separate.
Next will be her abilities. Flight, heat vision, superhuman strength, super stamina, super durability, immortalis, lasso submission, a barbed lace that compels the tide to obey and love the wielder.